All right, how's it going, guys? We should be live here taking a look at Hurricane Ida at 6:49 a.m. So I'm trying to wake up just like everybody else. So might be a little slow at first. I want to make sure we're live. I do this every time, guys, where I have to make sure everything's going good. Let's see. I'm a couple minutes early, so maybe caught a few people off guard. Let's see. It's always the hardest thing to find my own live stream. All right, here we go. We're going. I want to make sure because Streamlabs, what I used to stream, actually kind of had a big update where you used to have to kind of go live from Streamlabs and then go into your YouTube account and actually make sure it goes live. Like get what's streaming live from Streamlabs to go through your YouTube. Now it just all goes through the Streamlabs and works properly. So yeah, big updates with that. And speaking of big updates, guys, this morning, obviously this hurricane has taken a turn for the worst. Okay, so last night went to bed, it was a category 2. Wake up this morning, it's a category 3 because I woke up at 4, and then by 5 a.m. they announced it's a category 4. Not only a category 4, but a mid-level category 4 approaching category 5. We're 17 miles per hour away from category 5. I mentioned this a couple of times, and they expect it to continue to intensify until it makes landfall. So it has from about here to here. And if it can get up by 17 miles per hour, it will be a category 5, which is the strongest a hurricane can get. And people were asking me earlier, I'm just addressing this early on because people have been asking me. I expect that it is very, very possible that it could get to a category 5, and it's about a 50-50 shot. Um, let's see. Yeah, a lot of people aren't necessarily morning people. It's when you work with YouTube and you want to have, you know, a lot of your day still left, it becomes a lot easier to wake up early because you can get your work done and then have a day ahead of you instead of working well into the afternoon. Um, Mobile is going to be impacted, but it's not going to get hit directly. So you could get some gusty winds, some storminess, maybe even some tornadic storms. Those sometimes happen on the outer bands of these hurricanes. So I would be watching out for that. But currently, we're watching eastern Louisiana for the worst of the impacts here from this eyewall right here. As you can see in the past, this whole run here that you can see from beginning to end is the previous 2 hours. Watch how that eyewall just develops right there. We'll zoom into it even, but watch how it literally just really comes together, and it's looking a lot more organized. And then we see the eyewall here really wrapping all the way around because this very eastern edge was not as organized as the north, south, and west end, but now it's doing a nice job of kind of dispersing a lot of those taller clouds to be evenly distributed. Let's see. Oh, great. I had lightning data. Um, shoot. Hmm. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, I had lightning. There we go. Got a super chat. That always scares me every time. That was very frightening. Um, I won't be able to see it for a couple of minutes, but thank you for that, whoever that was. I'll be addressing you in a second. Um, let's see. Or it could have been a subscriber, I think, actually, as well. I wanted to have lightning data because intensifying hurricanes usually have lightning within them. That's usually a really good sign that it's still intensifying. Was it a new subscriber? Maybe, I don't know. I missed it. Here, I'm going to rewind. Yeah, new subscriber. Willis Bloom Designs. Welcome to the Direct Weather family. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to give shout outs to all the new subscribers and all the donations today. I feel like everybody deserves appreciation. Let's see. Yeah, noon. I would say noon for the landfall as well is a good time to. Yeah, that's a good estimation. I I, I wish I had the lightning data on. I thought I did because I could click this button here. For some reason, I woke up this morning. You guys might have noticed the stream was um, a little bit later than I anticipated. My WSV3 subscriptions got canceled, all of it. So I had to go really quickly go buy it again and reapply. I've had issues with the subscription. I've been double charged a lot by them. The product is amazing. I think it's just absolutely groundbreaking. Um, I love it so much. So here's our hurricane. We're gonna go ahead and switch to, instead of satellite imagery, uh, Cat Low. Is that Cat Low or Cat IO? Donated $10. I appreciate it so much. Uh, getting started with those donations early in the morning. I appreciate it a lot. Let's see. I'm gonna give you my all today, guys. I'm telling you that much. I really am gonna try my hardest to stay into the afternoon. What that's gonna take from me, and what you guys are gonna have to just be patient with me with, is I'm gonna have to take breaks to really rest my voice. If you guys have been a part of our live streams in the past, you know I have trouble keeping up, and really keeping my voice intact. It starts to get scratchy and really painful after probably about 3 or 4 hours of talking. So I'm gonna try to talk for about 30 minutes or an hour real quick, and then we're gonna wait until a lot of the bad impacts, in a couple of hours, hit start hitting Louisiana, and then we're gonna hop back on for another hour, maybe take an hour break, and then so on and so forth. I'm gonna try to make my way into the afternoon as much as possible. Adam Wagner donated $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. That eyewall really ramped up in the past few frames. Really scary. Prayers for everyone. Absolutely. We're really hoping for the best here, but this is obviously a devastating situation, regardless of how you draw it up. And yes, that eyewall has really gotten its act together. That's another sign, in my opinion, that this storm is really just still intensifying. So we're gonna really just watch this one closely. We can try to see the actual winds and velocity. Let's see if we can't. I want to see what would be the best way to do that with the storm offshore. If it was onshore, the best way would be to use vorticity, but I don't know if that data is going to get all the way out there. So I want to see if we can maybe try this. I don't know how accurate it's going to be. It's obviously not very. Yeah, you see, because we're at like 140 miles per hour sustained winds. This is saying 106 mile per hour gusts. So this is obviously pretty whacked right now. So it's kind of lowballing it a little bit. By the way, guys, while you're here, I just wanted to say, if you go ahead and hit that like button, I don't even, I'm not even going to ask you guys to donate. If you want to donate, sure, but liking the video is going to be the best, absolute best thing you can do for me and for everybody out there, because that's going to help that algorithm just get going and suggesting this to more people. I want to help as many people as possible today, and that's why I'd appreciate it if you just like the video. That's the best thing you can do. If you want to donate, I'm not going to be mad at you, obviously, but it's just, make sure you like the video too if you're going to donate. That's all I ask. Let's see. Adam Weatherfan and WWE from England. Nice to see you from England, enjoying this American weather. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if hurricane wind warning. Yeah, so pretty much everywhere. Let's see. That's where it's at. Oh yeah, I forgot I have all this stuff I can add. What's interesting here is, as we look at these spaghetti models on screen, a lot of them push a lot closer to New Orleans, and then a lot of them keep it kind of on this more westerly trajectory. That is a big difference there, guys. That is a massive difference. And it looks like it is taking that more westerly track a little bit compared to some of these spaghetti models. As you can see, the actual low pressure location is definitely a little bit south and west of those spaghetti models, which is something we obviously are going to want to watch throughout the stream. Germany, France, Belgium. Man, the algorithm's so whack, guys. Way too whack. Natchez? Where's Natchez? Hope it's not in here. Obviously, I don't know where Natchez is. You'll have to give me like a reference location. I could try to give you some information. Is it in Louisiana? Where are we talking? Anyway, um, what was I getting at? Oh, well, I've heard news about people trying to evacuate, and unfortunately, it seems like there's total gridlock among the across the highways here, surrounding areas of New Orleans. It's a tough situation. It's a very, very tough situation for sure. Let's see. Um, let's see. All right, let's try to get some data on screen here. Should we keep the, yeah, let's keep the active system. I want to see where it differs here from our satellite imagery. Like, is it going to be right in the middle of the eye, or is it kind of inaccurate? Oh, wait, I have to do this one. Oh, so it's just behind. Yeah, we're not going to use that. That's outdated, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, this hasn't even been updated to the most recent advisory because it says 132 miles per hour, 949. I think they found, 930s in there as far as millibar. So obviously a little outdated there. Um, when will the next update be? Does anybody know when the next update will be technically? So I know they had a 4 p.m. Central Time update. That'd be 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's see. Is it 8 a.m.? I'm trying to figure out if it's the Storm Prediction Center that does the updates then, or the National Hurricane Center. Yeah, I feel like WSV3 is like definitely a few years away from being like a stable product. I just think like for me, being a YouTuber, obviously, the visuals is a huge part of it, and WSV3 delivers the best visuals out of anything. So that's kind of why I stick around with it. Yeah, so 8 a.m. So we're gonna get another update soon. And if it's still intensifying, it should be closing closer to a Category 5 technically. Okay, so we'll get an update at 8 p.m. or sorry, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, and then 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 7 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Central Time. Thank you. Uh, did you change your username? CP Lanas? I felt like you had a different username before. Can it have 150 mile per hour? Yeah, absolutely. It's at 140, so if it goes up 10 miles per hour, that wouldn't be too shocking. Considering it's gone up like how many miles per hour has it gone up overnight? Like 50. So it can easily, at this pace of intensification, continue to intensify. I mean, at this point, we're scratching on the door of Category 5. We will be scratching on the door of Category 5 uh, by the end of it. I would be shocked if this one regresses at all. Yeah, Carlos Planos. That was your name. Okay, gotcha. Carlos. That's what I'll refer to you as. So let's see. Yeah, so areas further inland, um, we're going to be taking a look at some impacts. Obviously, the worst of the winds are going to be closest to the coast, and I think it should go right up the Interstate 55 corridor. I would not be surprised if it follows a track similar to that, going just to the west of New Orleans. New Orleans should get this eastern eyewall, and that's going to be one of the more major impacts we're going to be watching for, because obviously that's a big deal. Um, That eastern eyewall can be pretty bad at times, and it looks like right now the northern eyewall is actually the worst. But do I think it'll head to Virginia? I think it's heading further north than Virginia, but I want to clarify that, just confirm that. That's a frightening sight. Multiple. I guess Northern Virginia, but yeah, Northern Virginia, I guess. More like the Maryland, Northern Virginia area. Oh, sweet. This is where we have hurricane warnings, by the way, in this red region. That's good to have on screen. Somebody said it hit 950 mile per hour winds. Can anybody confirm that with a reputable link? That'd be much appreciated. Will this be worse than Katrina? We will only know after. You know, it's impossible to say. It is a stronger storm, I believe, at this point. But you know, a couple miles difference in track can make a massive difference in the outcome. So this right here is I believe, a tropical storm currently. Somebody's asking what that is. What is the current situation on the highways from what we're hearing? Is it still just completely gridlocked with people? And if so, do we know which interstates are the worst right now? I'd be definitely curious to know more about that. Able-bodied was able to provide a little bit of information there. 150 mile per hour, 935 millibar. Okay. Well then, we'll go ahead and head over to the National Hurricane Center and take a look. I should have this open anyway. I'm getting an update that says 140. If it is 150, we can pretty safely say this will likely be a Category 5. Yeah, can anybody send me a link? And I'll just check that out on my phone just to confirm. Because I don't want to, like, blindly provide information. It would just make me feel more comfortable. Obviously, I mean, let me just pause this real quick, and we're gonna take a look at the radar in a second. Areas down here, I don't even know if people live here. Well, I guess they do because we have some towns down here. This area is nearly in the Eyewall right now. So this northern, I would say worst Eyewall right now. The problem is our nearest radar site is north of New Orleans, so we're struggling to get very good data right now, as far as very high resolution data right now. So we're watching closely. Let me go ahead and see what we might be able to use here. Wonder if we can see on visible yet. There's something about visible satellite that I love so much. We can only get IR right now. It's hard to speculate. It is very close to landfall, so it might, as soon as this northern eyewall, which is probably the one that has the maximum winds, so this one's likely the strongest right now, and once this gets over land, it might start regressing. So it only has a short window here to intensify, and it might start it might start downgrading after it reaches onshore. We can only hope, of course. Let me turn off satellite imagery, and we're gonna try to get this next rad radar data. And let me show you where that site is. So you see it's up here. So we're kind of far. It's one of those cases where I just wish there was a radar site anywhere near here. Um, the one thing I want to add to that, somebody said Katrina got up to 175. I was obviously like very little at the time, but if I remember the information I've heard after it correctly, uh, that was over water. That wasn't when it was approaching Louisiana anymore, if I'm correct on that. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get that information real quickly. Yeah, it was okay. So Katrina, this is exactly what I thought. Katrina weakened to a Category 3 strength at its second landfall on August 29th over southeast Louisiana and Mississippi. So it was a Category 3. We're talking about a Category 4 pushing on 5 right now. So at this point, this landfall, um, technically is more intense right now. It just depends. They've done a lot of infrastructure work there since Katrina, as a result of Katrina. Um, Wind gusts. Okay, so wind gusts were 100 miles per hour. So this one technically right now is worse in every aspect. It's just, is Louisiana more prepared this time, and is the track a better location for it to hit? There's a lot of questions, but we will see. Okay, that's level 3 data. Let's get to level 2. Yeah, we have a hurricane watch, tornado watch right now, and that lasts until 8 p.m. So, like I said, with these tropical systems, there can be pretty bad, um, impacts as far as hurricanes are concerned. And for some reason, we're struggling to get this level 2 data, which is kind of bothering me. Let's see if we can't get it. Yes, you have that correct. Katrina and Ida are making landfall on the same day. I believe there's a 16-year difference, but this is the anniversary of Katrina. I know it's crazy, um, but nearly identical track there. Absolutely wild. Still don't know why we're struggling to get level 2 data, so we're going to stick with level 3 data here. So this area right here, let me pause it because it's moving like hyper speed right now. I'm going to try to draw on the screen, and then I'm going to try to restart just to get level 2 data. But this wall in here, that is the inner eye wall. That is the worst of the conditions, right there. This area is going to be pretty bad too. So we'll be watching for that. And then obviously when you're in the eye, it's like the short-lived piece. I would love to be in an eye wall, or not an eye wall. I've been in an eye wall before, actually. I would love to be in the eye of a hurricane, at least once in my life. I think that'd be very interesting. I'm going to try one more time to move to level 2 data, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to change. There we go. Okay, welcome to the club, data, level data 2. Let's see. Yeah, so that's interesting, able-bodied. So apparently, in hurricanes in past times, they've opened up both sides of the interstates to be kind of outgoing from the areas impacted. This time, they did not do that, if I'm correct. So able-bodied seems like a local there. So you can let me know if I'm correct on that. I hope you're safe, first off, I want to say. But it seems like there is a disaster beyond this hurricane going on, and that's the traffic, the people flooding into the airports, things of that nature. Um, not good. Not good at all. I heard some wrecks happened on the interstate that blocked it up, and people are still in their cars waiting to get out. But to be honest, you're more safe in your house than um, stuck on a highway in your car. So this is obviously a disaster, and I don't know if this has raised red flags with other people, but I'm absolutely concerned about that aspect of this beyond what's already happening with the impacts. These local decisions that have been made that have led to these different things, I think, are going to be the main disaster of this storm. And I hate to make predictions of that nature, but it really that could lead to serious problems beyond what is typical in a hurricane. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, able body, where are you at? I'd be curious to know. Are you safe? Let's see. You've been very helpful. I need people on the ground. If I had people that would go on the ground, I wouldn't send them to this storm. Forget about it. I wouldn't send anybody in there. I wouldn't send my worst enemy in there. That's good to hear, able body. I'm glad you're prepared. Um, okay, yeah. So you're I think you're far enough inland to where this shouldn't be a catastrophe. Obviously, or we could at least hope. Areas in southern coast there of Louisiana is especially where I'm concerned about. See, somebody said webcam. There is no webcam. I'm making sure I don't want to do a face reveal on accident here. Um, this right here isn't a face cam. If that's what you're confusing, this is a tornado watch. So actually, I'm gonna get rid of that because it's kind of distracting a little bit. But there is a tornado watch here, and we're gonna be watching for these tornadic storms. Let's see. Oh, severe watches. Here we go. There we go. Okay. I might slow this down, the radar, if it doesn't. Okay, it's slowed down. So we're watching these bands that are heading up towards these regions. Obviously, pretty concerning. We're seeing already probably some windiness and some flooding. We can confirm that by looking at a tool called base velocity. This will actually show us how strong the winds are that this radar is picking up. It's super interesting. Yeah, so we're only having about 10 to 20 mile per hour winds in there right now. Um, Although it only shows, it's so far from the radar right now, the storm, that it's only showing like 30 mile per hour winds, whereas we have like 150 mile per hour right now. So there's obviously a very large difference. Able-bodied, it's my pleasure. I want to be here covering for you guys, and the weather is what I enjoy to do. So the pleasure is all mine. Do I think this storm can become Cat 5? Um, it's within 10 miles per hour of becoming a Category 5, so absolutely it can. It could go up by 7 miles per hour in 30 minutes. So, yes, absolutely, it can be a Category 5, and there is no difference at this point. We're within 10 miles per hour of being a Category 5. There is no difference between this and a Category 5 range. Well, I mean, technically, if you're going to measure 5 miles per hour, but if you're dealing with 100 plus mile per hour winds, I don't think you're worried about a 5 mile per hour difference at that point. So, yeah, it only needs 7 miles per hour to become a Category 5. And at this point, it's above a 50-50 shot. It is. Because, you know, it still has a lot of time over open water. Let's see. We're getting updates here from Carlos. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate all my mods and everybody. Toby Yoder went ahead and subscribed. Thank you for joining the Direct Weather family. If you're interested in subscribing for future weather updates and streams, be sure to do so. I'm giving shout outs to everybody who subscribes and everybody who donates today. I'm going to try my best at least. I'm not going to be here the full time, so obviously, if I'm not here, it's going to be hard for me to give somebody a shout out. But while I'm here, I will be. Oh, I just realized there's no timestamp. Let me see if I can't add that here. Where is that? Views and overlay. Is that where it is? Huh. Don't have it. That's interesting. All right. Never mind. This space is going to be empty. All right. We have 500 viewers right now. I appreciate all of you being here. Hopefully, this is informative enough for you guys. I'm trying my best. Be sure to, if you want to help out, I'm not going to ask that you donate. I don't want anybody to feel inclined to donate their own money if they don't want to. What I would ask you to do, though, is take 2 seconds to hit that like button, because that is going to help this video, this stream, to reach more people, which is absolutely the most important thing right now. So that is all I will ask you to do. There's 500 of us in here, so we should be able to hit 500 likes. Michael Hutchinson subscribed. Thank you to the club. I think I'm getting a lot of subs right now. I mentioned about shouting out, and a bunch of people were subscribing. Martin Grahan, is that how you say it? Gran? Martin Gran, welcome to the club. Katie and Kyle subscribed as well. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let's put this in motion. I don't want this to be a boring visual here. I hope I got every single one. Oh, WSP3 is frozen right now. Okay, we're going to restart that. Oopsie daisy. Get rid of that. So let's just go over here and talk about this while that is loading. LTX PRS Gaming, welcome to Weather Watcher. Thank you for joining the channel. By the way, I think you can join the channel membership below the subscribe button. It might be over there. I don't know where it is. But thank you so much for that. Let's see if this is loaded up. We're getting something going on. I just don't see it for a couple minutes. I have to wait to see. New subscriber, Andrea Johnson. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it so much. Let's see. Watching from Australia. We're getting a lot of international people today. It's super interesting. Oh, we do have the timestamp now. There we go. This is Eastern time, by the way, but I'm sure you figured that out by now. Okay, cool. We're back on track. I'm going to pin this. Kate Paul, that's what it is. I was about to say K8 Paul. Kate Paul donated $7 Canadian dollars, I believe that is. I'll donate to you. I'm nowhere near close to it, but I went through Gloria in '85, and that was bad. So I'm always upon hurricanes. Thank you so much for the donation. Very kind of you. I appreciate it very much. So for some reason, I guess we only have one frame here. Let's go back to satellite imagery for a while so we can watch what's happening. I feel like this tells the full story. It looks like it's going through a recycling period here, where it's kind of regressing a little bit, but usually we see this rebound better than ever. And actually, if you look right here, you can see this towards the very end here on this very western front. We see that really begin to pick up some steam. Very interesting. 161 miles per hour. Can anybody confirm that? Here's Louisiana, so I mean, we are drawing close here. Oh, matter of fact, we'll turn storm reports on. Let's see. So they are getting hurricane force winds over here. Just got upgraded from tropical storm to hurricane force winds. Let's see. Super Penguin said, "Thanks for doing this. It's my pleasure." Like I said before. Hmm. Yeah, we're getting reports of very strong winds. Why is it breaking up at the eye? I'm not seeing what you're saying. Sometimes these storms go through recycling periods where they kind of weaken for a moment and then they kind of rebound bigger than ever. That's what they have to kind of do as they're intensifying. We see this very frequently. Drew B became a weather watcher. I appreciate it so much. We're waiting imminently as this eyewall is quickly approaching the Louisiana coast. Again, that eyewall is that gray area right there where the worst of the storm is located. We're actually seeing some pretty nice development here on the more southern half of the storm as well. So this is an intensifying system. If it is currently at 160, like somebody said, it is a Category 5 at that point. But I cannot confirm that that is officially the case right now. I'm only going based off of what people are saying. Kate Paul donated another $7. Yeah, thanks for doing it. I appreciate all the donations. Thank you so much. Let's see. Eyewall remains symmetrical. Yeah, it definitely still looks like an intensifying storm on satellite data to me. Apparently there's a tornado warning right now as well, somebody said. Kate Paul, unfortunately, I don't know if you heard it, but if you were here for it, but right now the highways are gridlocked there. People are stuck on the highway. They were trying to evacuate. I think what happened is everybody tried to evacuate too late. So everybody at the same time was trying to leave, and obviously that's not even possible. Usually, from what we've heard from other people, is they open up all 6 lanes. So both ways of the highway, they open it up outgoing. Um, and this time they didn't do that. And there's wrecks on the highway that have completely gridlocked it. That was what I was hearing last night. And I heard that it's still going on today. So unfortunately, these people that aren't already on the highway, their best bet is not to get stuck in traffic, but to kind of sit still until at least they know they can get out. Because if you're stuck in your car, it's worse. So it's a tough situation, guys. And I can't make that choice for anybody. So that's why I'm not going to recommend anything really. Um, that's obviously a personal choice. Teresa Rathel, is that how you say your name? Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Direct Weather family. Cody donated $5. Los Angeles, guys. It's early, okay? Louisiana activity on radar scope near Gulfport, Louisiana, moving towards Bay St. Louis. So we'll be watching that. Let's see. Yeah, I wonder if okay, so we have 30 minutes until we get an update from the National Hurricane Center. So we're going to be waiting imminently for that. I want to check how we did with the likes because I asked you guys a little bit ago to like it. Yeah, we hit 376, but guys, there's still 500 of you in here. The best thing you can do right now is like the stream because it's going to help reach out to more people and potentially give life-saving information to folks. So if you just take 2 seconds of your time to hit that like button, I'd appreciate that more than anything. Cody donated another $5 and said tornado. Let's see. Tornado activity on radar scope. Is that what you're saying? Gotcha. Leanne Purcell donated $5. Thank you. Best info on right now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. But again, I'm more than happy to do it. Weather is one of my favorite things in the world. And, you know, I'm enjoying I'm enjoying myself when I'm talking about the weather, so it's not like work for me. Currently, as far as I can confirm, this is a Category 4 storm still, but it's rapidly approaching Category 5 status, and there's probably more chance than not that it can reach that status before it's all said and done. Um, Catlow donated $10 again. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot more than anything. If you want to donate, by the way, I didn't tell you guys how to do that. Again, I would much prefer you just hit the like button. That's the most I will ask you guys to do. But if you are interested in donating and you don't know how, that should be towards the bottom right hand side of your screen. Yeah, the bottom right hand side of your screen if you're on a phone. And if you're on your computer, I don't exactly know, but it's a little dollar symbol, and that is how you could donate if you wanted to. You guys are doing amazing with the likes, by the way, because let me get the final tally real quick. We're at 452 likes currently. So thank you guys so much. You guys are doing an amazing job. Teresa Rathel donated $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys a lot. Again, smash that like button. That is going to help so much. Alan Aspinall didn't donate. He joined. It's technically donating, but joined as a weather watcher. I appreciate that. I'm planning on some content for you guys that are joining the channel membership. So if you want to do that, be sure to check that out. Let's see. Um, Let's see what the likes are at, guys. Almost 500 likes. Can we do it? Can we just get it to 500 likes? Yeah. Also, be sure to share this stream, guys. That could help too. You know, I didn't mention that, but you can share this link literally anywhere where it will be helpful. Weather pages, local pages for Louisiana, anything like that would definitely help to get the word out as well. The more views and likes it's getting, even if they're not necessarily from people that are in Louisiana, it's going to help it reach more people that are in Louisiana because my tags and my description is set up perfectly to reach out to people in Louisiana. I have, tags for Louisiana news, Louisiana weather, Louisiana hurricane, Louisiana this, Louisiana that. It's going to reach those people as long as we get the algorithm going. I hope that makes sense. By the way, Jeremy Cox joined the channel membership. I appreciate that. And then also Will Hutton donated $5. We've been getting some powerful pop-up storms here in Cincy, even though it's just a 20% chance of rain. That's how it goes sometimes in the summertime, 528 likes? Come on, guys. I don't deserve you. You guys don't even know how much you're helping out many different people. Seriously. Brett is a good friend of mine, Brett James. I appreciate you being here, buddy. The thing we're hearing right now is the highways are completely gridlocked. So let me explain something real quick. This might help explain. Some people probably could have evacuated earlier that didn't, but that's only some people. Right now, the interstates have wrecks on them, and they're completely blocked up, and people are trapped in their cars. So, if it were me right now, I wouldn't go get stuck in traffic during this. It's a very tough situation, and what we've heard from people that are locals is typically they open up both sides of the highway to outgoing traffic, but this time they did not. And that might be the reason why everything's gridlocked up. Airports are crowded, people can't get out. Um, I don't even think evacuation is a choice anymore. And people can correct me if they're wrong, if I'm wrong, not if they're wrong. But it sounds like it's not even possible right now, unfortunately. It was too late notice, too quick of a moving storm. Ashley B donated $5, said keep it up. Thank you so much. Let's see. We're going to add radar on screen. We're going to take a look at this tornado warning that just hit. Let's see. Yeah, we're definitely hearing that it could be a Category 5, Brett. Let's see. Yeah, we have meteorologists posting on Twitter. Somebody just shared that with me. Brett just shared that with me, actually. That we can safely say that this one is flirting with Category 5 status based on current data. Yeah, you gotta wonder if this is the first time they've never done the outgoing only traffic on highways. Is there any consequences to doing that? Like, I always wondered, like, okay, if they do that, when does it stop being one way, and how do they do that? Because obviously you can't have traffic going towards each other. So how do they kind of transition back to normal traffic on the highways? I don't know. Quit begging for money, man. If you haven't been listening, I literally told people don't donate if you don't want to. I haven't asked a single person to donate. So all I'm trying to do is get people to like so that we can help more people learn about the floods, more people learn about the impacts. We're trying to reach more people right now. Um, Grand Isle. Where's Grand Isle? Uh, where is Grand Isle? I'm not too familiar with Louisiana too much, and usually the names confuse me. A lot of them. Actually, you know where's really bad is Oklahoma. In Arkansas can be bad too. A lot of those areas. A lot of the southern states. Thanks, Mitchell Booth, for the kind words. Well, Canadians are welcome, you know? Well, I think everybody should be welcome. How would I compare this to Katrina? We're gonna know after. It's a stronger storm currently at landfall, much stronger actually. Matter of fact, which is obviously really not good news. But yeah, we're pushing on Category 5. Katrina was only a Category 3, but I think the infrastructure might be better off right now. Um, so it's going to depend on a lot. It's a stronger storm. They're better prepared though. There's a lot of factors going into this. We're gonna have to wait and see. So tough. So tough to know. Unfortunately, we're having problems with. Uh, okay, here we go. We're moving. It's moving. Okay. Sorry, I have to go over some donations. Leanne Purcell again donated $5 because trolls suck. Interesting. I think trolls are great. You know, they bring interaction. They leave comments. They bring views. So not only do they make me money, but also they help get the video out to more people. So they're actually helping out. You wouldn't know it. They help more than anybody. Let's see. Yeah, Dolly Sophia. Katrina had 175 miles per hour, but not at landfall. So that was far away from when it hit landfall. But right now, um, this storm is stronger as it's approaching Louisiana than Katrina was. Now, as far as what the storm surge is going to end up being, yeah, it might end up having smaller storm surge. But all I'm saying is this storm right now has lower pressure and stronger winds than when Katrina made landfall 16 years ago. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Somebody said that eye looks a lot wider than just a few hours ago. Not surprising, but no less terrifying. Yeah, definitely. We're watching an intensifying storm. We're hearing word that this one could currently be a Category 5 because of incoming data. But at this point, we can't really confirm that until about 8 a.m. when we get our most recent and up-to-date update from up-to-date and update from the National Hurricane Center. Yeah. Um, I'm trying to read information here from you guys and other places. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. We won't know if this is a more impactful storm than Katrina until after, and I don't think it really matters. Um, because this is going to be an awful hurricane. Katrina was an awful hurricane. This is going to be an awful hurricane, and if Katrina was worse, it makes this no better. We're down to 936 millibars. Interesting. Um, Sorry, ask question. Weird is if storm is larger and stronger than Katrina, why is surge smaller? Well, it depends on a lot of different things like the tide. It also depends on where it's hitting. It also depends if there's a full moon. I mean, there's so many different things that go into it other than the storm's intensity. At this point, we'll actually take a look real quick for you guys at the current expected peak storm surge. But as you can see, maximum we expect is 12 to 16. Now, this can be wrong. This can be way more in local areas, but 12 to 16 feet is what we expect. And whether that's, you know, whether it's more or less than Katrina, 12 to 16 feet is still awful. That's the point I'm getting at. You know, there's no point in trying to um, compare and people, if it's not as bad as, if it's worse than Katrina, then they'll be like, well, it's not as bad as Michael. So there's always going to be a next one to compare, but it doesn't really matter. We're expecting an awful hurricane, and I don't really, quite frankly, care if it's worse than Katrina or not. I hope it's not, but I'm not really worried about comparing. I'm more worried about just focusing on this storm. All I know is that with the current highway situation, um, we might be worse off than we were in Hurricane Katrina. Because if I'm hearing this correctly, again, I was young when Katrina hit, too young to be paying attention. But people have been telling me that in all the other hurricanes that have hit Louisiana, they had outgoing traffic in every single highway on both sides. But in this one, it's the first time they've never done that. So that tells me that these impacts could affect the people that are trapped there in their cars worse than what we've seen before. Let's see. Dolly Sophie, I'm not saying that's wrong, but I don't understand why you're saying 175 mile per hour storm surge because storm surge is just the height of the water uh, underneath the hurricane. So I don't know where like 175 miles per hour comes into a um, effect there because it wasn't 175 miles per hour at landfall. It was far less than that. Let's see. I'm gonna ask you guys again. Be sure to like the stream because that helps out a lot to reach out to more people. It's already worked. You can tell because we're going up in viewers. A lot of people that are locals to Louisiana. So what you guys have been doing to help has helped already so much. We're at 612. Let's try to hit 700 in the next couple minutes, guys. So if you haven't liked it already, it takes 2 seconds. I wouldn't ask that you donate. I will ask that you like the video because it takes 2 seconds and it costs you nothing except those 2 seconds. 168 miles per hour on surface winds. Comment down below. Send me a link to that. Yeah, there's a huge difference there with the 175 miles per hour at peak or at landfall, um, because the winds. Yes, the storm surge might stick around, and a lot of the rain might stick around in a storm that's kind of weakening. However, the winds don't stick around because that's how we're measuring what category it's at. So if it's a category 3, it doesn't have category 5 winds because then it would be a category 5. This storm, however, is intensifying. And if you ask me, I'd much rather be in a weakening storm than an intensifying storm. No, JC Horn, it's really just intensifying that rapidly. Wasn't Katrina like 20-foot storm surge at like where it was the worst? This one, I mean, it's getting kind of close to those upper tiers of storm surge. I mean, Drew B, I think the best way to pick up on how much wind there is to really just pay attention to what they're picking up within the eyewall. The pressure can vary, and there can be lower pressure, higher winds, or lower pressure, a little bit less winds. You know, it just varies a lot. Sometimes there's a bigger difference. It can sway. It can be reliable, especially in telling you if the storm is getting stronger or weaker. So if the pressure is dropping, we know the winds are probably increasing. So that's a better way to look at it, I would say. Yeah, so as long as we stay near the lower end of that, I mean it's obviously going to be really bad, but as long as there's no 30-foot or anything crazy like that, it shouldn't be as bad with the storm surge. We're at a category 4 currently, Christina, approaching category 5 status. We're waiting for an 8 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Central time update from the National Hurricane Center that'll give us a good idea of where we're currently at. Again, I don't know where Grand Isle is, so if you would tell me, I'll check it out. We have a hurricane warning, sorry, tornado warning here. Strong winds in there. Can't really see much rotation, but I'm sure they see something. Let's see. Yeah, it does have enough warm water to hit Category 5 because it's literally like a couple miles per hour away from being Category 5, if not already there. And yes, the waters are very warm. Southeast coast of Louisiana. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I really hope people are not still there, to be honest. Because this one is heading right for them. Apparently, Weather Channel is reporting winds of over 150 miles per hour, which is going to draw us very close to that Category 5 status. But okay, 80% of people. I mean, if I was there, I'd be out of here, guys. Especially, I mean, if you're a little more inland and the highways were blocked up, I don't know, but if I was right there on the coast, that's like the Outer Banks here in Virginia and North Carolina, and yeah, I wouldn't be doing it. Let's see how many likes we're at, guys. You guys are doing great work. 690, we're 10 away. I just need 10 people to hit that like button to get us up to our 700 goal. And then we're going to hit our next goal, obviously. But right now, we're trying to reach this out to as many people as possible. The YouTube algorithm loves to see likes coming in. And I do too, because I like to see more people getting this great information. So to help us reach more people, be sure to hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds. Hmm. Looks like we got a radar update or something. Hmm. Let's go ahead and turn that off for a second. We'll go ahead and look at some satellite imagery. So yeah, oh goodness, that eyewall is setting up in a very terrible way. And look, I think it's reforming right now. Look at that development that's happened recently right here. Don't be surprised if we see that wrap all the way around. This is not looking good, especially for Grand Isle right there, where only 80% of people have evacuated. I mean, it's good that 80% of people evacuated, but 20% of people are still there, that means. So that is obviously no good. Um, like, I don't even know anything about this place, but just looking at this map, I can tell it's not a good idea. I know that much. This storm is intensifying right now, guys. This is no good. Look at this beast. I want to see if we can't get the most up-to-date radar data on screen. Hmm. We've been having trouble today with the radar data. Let's see. So whenever I click the level 3 data, we usually have been getting it. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, usually we can get this data, the base reflectivity is what we call this. But we can't even get that to move, so that's interesting. We'll restart in a second. Let's turn on the satellite imagery instead. Let's see. As you can clearly see, this storm is rapidly intensifying right now, actually. If we look at this very, very western Eyewall, I mean, this is the beginning. That's the end. We can see this one is looking awfully developed in here. And I know you can hardly see what I'm drawing. I don't think I can change the color either. Oh, here we go. What color should we do? There we go. That is going to be so much easier to see. Okay, that area in there, watch it develop in there. The rapid development we've seen over the past, I don't know, 20 minutes. Right before hitting shore. And likely what we're going to see is this half is going to wrap all the way around over the next 30 minutes to the next hour. Usually this is what we see. This is called recycling. Whoa, guys, this is getting very political. From now on, any political posts are going to lead to timeouts. And if that doesn't stop it, then we're going to start hiding people from the channel, which is basically a permanent ban. So let's keep it out of here, guys. All right, so we're expecting, again, this recent development that's happened on this side should, for the most part, wrap all the way around as it's recycling. This is a sign of an intensifying storm, the fact that it's recycling right now. This is called WSV3. It's a really good product. You can check them out today. WSV3. Kate Paul donated another $7. Get you a coffee with this. Are you close to it physically? No, I'm not close. I'm actually in Virginia, so usually cover national major weather events. So that's what we're doing today. I have a coffee by my side right now, actually. Just haven't taken a sip in a while, but thank you. Yeah, update should be here in 2 minutes or less. Actually, my computer time is wrong. Sorry about that. Update should be here in about 6 minutes. I guess if there was something that very much so directly related to the storm, as far as recent updates, that would be crucial. But at this point, you know, it's just going to lead to off-topic conversations. I think discussions are good about all things, even politics, but just not in a live stream where we're talking about something this imminent, you know, this imminent of a major threat to life and people's property. I feel like we should stay focused right now. Save it for a later time. After the storm's over, you can freely talk about, you know, I think that'd be a good time to discuss how things were handled, but we'll have to wait and see. No, thank you, able-bodied. You've been giving us, you know, great information from the local area. I appreciate you a lot, actually. You've done a great job. The Nuclear Brawny donated $5. Are you going to cover Nora as it makes landfall and affects the Arizona desert in the near future? It's taking a very rare track. It depends when it's occurring. But for today, I'm done. After this live stream, I'm done today, guys. And I probably won't be up for doing anything for a couple days like this crazy of a live stream, for sure. Yeah, it does look like a half moon right now. I'm gonna get this off the screen actually because it's a little distracting now. We can just look at the raw satellite imagery. No drawing necessary. You guys, 784 likes. Come on now. You guys are doing amazing. Let's get it to 800. 16 to go, guys. There's 681 of you in here. Be sure to like the stream. It takes 2 seconds, and it's going to help give great information to a lot of people that need it. Nigel B subscribed. Welcome to the squad, guys. For all of you who have subscribed, I'm going to be shouting out everybody who donates, subscribes, and joins the membership today. So be sure to consider doing those things. Yes, it has. Wow, yeah. I'm seeing that right now. It definitely has steered very far west over the past couple of frames. Look at that. That is a sharp. I mean, okay, maybe not that. Got a little over crazy there. Let me just follow it. That's the path it's taken. That is the path it's taken. So all right. Let's see what this is all about. Gonna get into 2. Okay. Probably subscribers. Oh. $5 through super chat. I don't see that for some reason. Oh, here we go. I missed it. Ashley B, $5 through super chat. Time until landfall. We expect around 12 at some point. So we've got a few hours for the eye to actually move on shore. Sylvia Simonoc, I don't know. Subscribe. So thank you for the subscription and joining the squad. Sorry if I butchered your name. It's a very good name though. Very good name. I'm just not good enough to say it. $9.33. 933 pressure. So it's still an intensifying storm. We know that. Well, guys, you guys got us up to 865 likes. You guys are doing amazing. And look, we're getting more viewers. Every time you guys add like 100 likes, we're getting like 20 or 30 more viewers. And I feel like that's definitely worth it to be able to reach out to more and more people. We got the update. $150 mph. So we're not technically at category 5 yet. Very close, but 150 mph winds there. Yeah, not looking good. Our next update is going to be coming on shore, right? So, or no, 11 a.m. So it's going to be right before landfall. So yeah, this if this isn't a category 5, it might as well be. It's that close. So new subscriber. I'm sorry if I'm missing any of these. Michelle ETC 500. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the family. It has strengthened. It's gone up about 10 miles per hour since 5 a.m., so in 3 hours. If it continues at this pace, it is on pace to become a Category 5 before making landfall. 14 to 18 feet now. Let's see, did we get an upgrade with the storm surge? I'm not seeing 14 to 18. Category 5 is 157 miles per hour. 156 would be a Category 4. 157 would be a Category 5. Okay. Carlos shared something. Yes. Yeah, okay. I'm going to pin that comment by Carlos. That gives more information about what each category means. That comment I just pinned from Carlos. That's going to be really useful just to give you a little bit of information about what to expect with these. And the thing is with this storm surge map, guys, is even though it's saying these amounts, local areas could see more than what this is showing. So that has to be considered as well. Yeah, I'm still seeing 12 to 16 and then 8 to 12 on the outsides, but this is the 4 a.m. update, so I still haven't gotten the newest one. Rainfall. I guess none of this stuff has been updated. $15 to 20 inches of rainfall expected in this pink area. Absolutely wild, obviously. Let's see. New subscriber Shane Boyd, thank you so much for subscribing and welcome to the family. Let's see. Also, Debbie Bauer, welcome to the family as well. I appreciate all the subscribers, and I hope to see you again in future videos. Guys, we're at 915 likes, and the viewers keep going up as you do that. So again, it works. It does work. The YouTube algorithm pays attention to it. On normal videos, comments and likes matter, but on live streams, I don't think the comments add anything to the algorithm, actually. Okay, so we didn't get an update here, 12 to 16 still. We're just going to go back and take a look at this satellite imagery. Again, Grand Isles, I mean, right in that eyewall, the outer eyewall, as it just froze. So we're going to go back as that reloads and take a look at this again. Let's see, on this cone. Yeah, hurricane warnings are up. This is obviously a Category 4 pushing on 5. Guys, days ago I said, or maybe it was 2 days ago, by the way, Travis Murray, new subscriber, welcome to the family and thank you so much. Days ago I said on the title of my video it could be a Category 4 or 5, and a lot of people were like, there's not a single model calling for a Category 5. How irresponsible to say that. I just want to say one thing, guys. The models are only used for guidance. The most important thing is your knowledge of prior events, so your experience, and then also the ability to nowcast and take a look at what's currently happening versus what's expected to happen based on that and the conditions that are out ahead of it. And then models give you some guidance as to what could possibly happen as well. But when you hug models, when you rely on models too hard, you end up underestimating or overestimating events. And that's what happened. A couple days ago, the models, and even last night, the model said Category 3 at peak. And now look, we're a couple miles per hour from being a Category 5. Use them as guidance, not as everything. And in this case, it was too late to use model guidance anyway. $945 likes, guys. We're 55 likes away from hitting 1,000. I know you guys can do it. We have 676 people in here. Like it because it's going to help so many people. Like it because it's going to help reach this video out to so many people that need this information. And it takes 2 seconds. I won't ask that you donate, but please Please like the video. It takes a couple seconds. Oh, new subscriber, Super Stepdad. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, I feel like if I was at the National Hurricane Center and I was the person making the choice, I'm obviously not. I would probably just call it a category 5 because I feel like when it's a category 4, people are going to underestimate it. Like, oh, it's not a category 5, so it's not the worst when it's a 7 mile per hour difference. You know what I mean? And it's probably going to get there anyway, and it probably already is there, to be honest. But oh yeah, thank you for sharing. Be sure to share this if you live in Louisiana, especially. But even if you just know people from Louisiana, just to help get the word out as well. That helps also. 999 likes. Probably if I click it again, it will be at 1,000. Come on, guys. I need that one person. Yep, 1,000 guys. You guys did it. You guys have been doing such a great job, and the viewers just keep going up every time you do it. Again, I appreciate it so much. Let's see if WSV3 is loaded yet. It is not. There you go. It's loading. Yeah, I don't even think leaving is a choice right now because the highways are gridlocked. So I don't really know what options people have. Here we go. As you can see, it's totally reforming that eyewall. And I'm sure this storm is intensifying right now. It's going down in pressure, which usually means we're very shortly going to see an increase in wind speed as well due to that intensification. So we're only going to be able to see every 100, guys, but let's try to hit 1,100. Let's do it. That's probably like my second or third time hitting 1,000 likes on a live stream. You guys usually do so well because I think everybody knows how important it is. I think people know by now I'm not trying to get attention. I'm really just trying to get the word out to as many people as possible. I don't really care how many likes there is, and if it didn't matter to the algorithm, I wouldn't really care. But it actually does affect how many people get to see this stream. It probably the next update we're going to get from the National Hurricane Center is likely going to be at 11 a.m. Do they do special updates ever if there is any like dramatic changes? I forget if they do that or not. Because I know for like the Storm Prediction Center, they would hop on there and like go off schedule a little bit if they had to. Mark Michelson, I'm only going based off of what I've been hearing from people. Last night I was hearing there's gridlock on the highways trying to get out, but maybe that's not the case. Can anybody confirm if it is or not? If you want to donate to this page, there's a button on the bottom right that should say Super Chat, and that's how you can do so if you feel inclined. Somebody asked. Yeah, so this is obviously an intensifying storm right now, really bad. Especially, let's see, in this area. a little not exactly how I wanted it to look. There we go. We're especially seeing intensification in here, where those clouds are even taller. And as you can see, it's beginning to wrap around, and it's going to continue to do so until it probably nearly reaches this side. And it likely won't have any more recycles because it'll reach the shore. Lacey, how do you even say your last name? Sorry. I'm not going to attempt it. Lacey donated $20. I appreciate that so much. It means the world. But again, guys, be sure to like. That's going to do the most. That's going to do the most to help people, for sure. But I appreciate that a lot. Again, today I'm going to be announcing all new channel members, all subscriptions, and all donations, and giving a shout out to everybody who does so. Just as a reminder, that should be that Lacey donation coming through. $928 millibars detected. So this one is still dropping in pressure. Very, very interesting. Cat Low donated $10. I appreciate it. You've been really active in the donation game today. I appreciate it a lot. Will Hutton donated $2. This just mirrors the eye getting bigger. It is. It will continue to get bigger and more defined as it continues to decrease in pressure, which is basically it increasing in intensity. Yeah, all of those areas are also in a bad place to be. Dolly Sophia, yeah, not the place to be. 155 at landfall is forecasted from the National Hurricane Center. That would be 2 miles per hour away from a Category 5. It could be a Michael situation. Wasn't Michael considered to be a Category 4 or something, and then like a year later they announced it was a Category 5 when it hit, or was that a different one? Let's see. Carlos. Oh yeah, wind report. Gotcha. Yeah, so these things can happen. You know, this might go down as today they might say it's 155, and then after the damage is assessed, they might be like, you know what, actually it was a Category 5. But you know, it doesn't matter at that point. It's already over. Not necessarily happening. You know, for sure. Obviously. Let's see. 933 millibars. All right. Forgot to put this back in motion for you guys. It's probably really boring to look at. So I'm just going to put this back in motion. I don't think it would really matter, actually, Hugh Halls, if that's how you say your name, because at this point, it was already a hurricane and then didn't really decrease in intensity after going over Cuba. But I think it would have intensified faster. It's impossible to say, but it could have had that much of a difference. It's butterfly effect, you know? If it would have done that, it could be hitting Texas right now instead of Louisiana. Who knows? Yeah, it's not going to make a huge difference at all, whether it's a Category 5 or 4. I think we would get more awareness if it hit a Category 5, which would be the only reason why I think it should get upgraded to a Category 5. Should Massachusetts be concerned? I don't know. I think everybody in the world should be concerned for Louisiana. Um, if people can't get out, what should they do? Hard to say. You know, I don't want to be that person that tells you what to do. I seek guidance from the National Hurricane Center and the Storm Prediction Center and all of them, the National Weather Service, as far as what they're saying for your local region. But if you can't get out, I get to the highest place possible, sound structure, and hope for the best. That's not official advice. Yeah, somebody was saying that um, actually I don't know what I was getting at with that. It's early. I've been talking for an hour and a half, so if I had a chance to be in the path of a hurricane, what category would I want it to be? The lowest category 1 possible, if I had to be. Mandan donated $2. I appreciate it a lot. New subscriber Blake's Random Stuff. Thank you so much for joining the family. Let's see, we got a storm report here. Oh, they're reporting a hurricane. Well then. How interesting. How surprising. Yeah. You know, here at Direct Weather, guys, if you're not subscribed, our motto has always been, well, for a long time, it's been at least, uh, we kind of put all the options on the table for you guys to see so that you never get caught off guard. And that's why I said, look, this could be a Category 3 at least, and it could be a Category 5. It could be anywhere in that range. And people tried to make me feel crazy and make me seem crazy for saying that because no model was calling for that. But I knew with the Gulf it's possible because I forecasted Michael years ago. I've experienced storms. And you know, I was younger then. You know what I said for Michael? You can go back and look. That was the biggest bust of my entire weather career. Um, I said, I don't think it's going to be worse than a Category 1 or 2. And I don't even think I gave a range. I forecasted an exact category. I said Category 2, I think. And ever since, it's the mistakes like that that um, help you improve as anything. And that's why from now on, I put all the options on the table, and I never underestimate the Gulf either. That's another lesson I learned. Models should never be fully relied on. It's just guidance. It's guidance for a sound forecaster to try to interpret. That's what it is. Just dropped more in pressure. The drop in pressure usually means an increasing wind is going to be happening. So we're seeing this one drop in pressure. I'm sure there's over 150 mile per hour winds now. We had a new subscriber come in, didn't catch your name. I'm so sorry. Let me rewind that. Podge Mac. Welcome to the family. 128 millibars. So there's a good likelihood, guys, that this will be a Category 5. Terrible winds, terrible storm surge, terrible flooding rainfall. Already was muddy there from what I've been hearing. For weeks it's been muddy there in Louisiana because of past rainfall. Uh, no good, guys. This isn't good for the trees. It's not good for the trees. It's not good for the houses. The wind is already going to be bad for the houses with just the wind, but add the trees that are already soaked. I mean, this is bad. New subscriber, Jill White. Thank you so much for joining the family. Yeah, today is the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, guys. Very odd timing. It's just me asked, will this be their worst hurricane ever? I don't know. We'll know after. That's not something we can even predict before. Melissa May said, great stream. Thank you so much. Patrick, Rainu, um, why do forecasters seem to either underestimate or overestimate intensity? I think, in my personal opinion, it's because they don't give a range. They don't kind of they don't they don't accept that there's a large range of likelihoods that could happen, and you have to basically, I don't know. That's why I'm so glad I'm able to do my channel, because I can do it my way, not their way. Um, if I worked as an actual weather forecaster somewhere else, I wouldn't have the freedom that I have here. That's why I love what I do, and I love the way I do it. People ask, "Would you love to be on a TV station?" No, no, I wouldn't. I'm gonna look at what Brett James sent. Wow, yeah, devastating. Um, yeah, Dolly. A lot of storm chasers head straight into the storm, and oftentimes they have 9 lives like a cat. I don't understand. The pressure is dropping, actually rapidly, actually as well. So very crazy stuff. Guys, politics are starting up again. Timeouts for everybody mentioning anything political at this point. Able Body donated $10. Please pray for no martial law. Um, I'm not a local there, so I don't know the effects of things, but I wish you all the best down in Louisiana. So with the rate it's dropping in pressure, it should be increasing in winds significantly. Yeah, I want to focus mostly on the impacts and the things that are happening that are going to be happening within the next 24 hours. Politics have no place in this video right now. It's just irrelevant. So we hit, by the way, 1,100 likes. Let's try to hit 1,200, guys. If you're just joining the stream, the best thing you can do for me right now isn't to donate, although I do appreciate everybody who does so. The best thing you can do is actually just like the video, and it only takes 2 seconds of your time. I appreciate it so much. Matthew Ben donated $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, able-bodied. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about people who are mentioning like previous presidents, current presidents, and things like that. Um, yeah, you've been doing a great job, able-bodied, and I don't disagree with anything you've said. We were referring to other people that commented right after your donation. Oh, okay. No, I think what able-bodied said was fine. So the mods, I just don't really want people bringing political people into this, if that makes sense. Trevor Vachinsky donated $2. Thank you so much. It's literally 3 to 5 miles per hour off from Category 5. I know it is knocking on the door for sure. Buddies DIY donated $5. Your channel is awesome, bro. Keep it up. What's the latest update on surge? Last time I checked, it was 15 feet. Let's go ahead and take a look, actually. Thanks for reminding me. We're going to take a look here, see if we got an update on that storm surge. Yeah, 7 a.m. update, 12 to 16 feet of storm surge is what is expected, and then surrounding regions, 8 to 12. Right there. So you can find your region here on this map. That is the expected storm surge. So that's where we're at right now. Could exceed in local regions, by the way, as well. You never know. New Orleans storm surge around 9 feet. When is high tide for that area? That's a good question. I haven't really been able to check up on that. Does anybody have any answers for that? When high tide is expected for Louisiana? I wouldn't say this is worse than any other storm, but we won't know until it's over for certain. But there has been some very bad storms before. Every storm is different, you know? Like some have more surge and less wind, some have more winds and less surge, some have more flooding and less winds and less surge, and it's just there's so many different factors and so many different ways they could be worse. Oh, high tide is at 1:10 p.m. That is awful. That is about as bad as it could be. Do I think it'll become Category 5? Yeah, I do. At this point, I can safely say I do. We still have hours until landfall, and it's still intensifying because it's still over water. As long as that eye is over water, it's still intensifying, likely at this point. We could see That very bright gray area is beginning to wrap around. It's kind of recycling its eyewall, as you can see. These blacks have gotten a lot more red, which means those clouds are becoming a little less tall at this point, but we have a new eyewall that's going to wrap around, and it happens over and over and over again with these storms. Yavs Weather Vids, thanks for checking in. Good to see you here. This will make landfall anywhere from about, I would say, 12 to 1 p.m. It is drifting more west. We were taking a look at that moments ago, actually. Let's see. Mobile County tornado warning. Huh. Probably a landspout, right? We've been seeing information about possible landspouts coming up there. Yeah, this one, it could technically be a wobble. It looks like it's slowed down its western kind of trend there. Okay, we've hit 1,200 likes, guys. Let's get up to 1,300. Again, you guys are literally helping people get this information. I'm continuously seeing us increase the viewership as we get more likes from you guys, so it is directly impacting how many people get to see this stream and this information. So it is all I would ask that you do. 933 millibars with 155 mile per hour winds. Let's see if visible is working. This obviously helps us see a lot more detail here. I like this one as well a lot from WSV3. Visible is just becoming available. As you can see, sun is rising. Like I said, I really like this one from WSV3. So in a couple hours, we're going to switch to this one fully. It gives you kind of like a 3D view. So that's my favorite one. But this is good for now. This monster is making landfall likely sometime around 12 or 1 or even later. Just depends on what it does here. This is a crucial moment in this storm's path for sure. No, it's the millibars won't really confirm. The only way we're going to be able to confirm is if they pick up more than 157 mile per hour winds in there. Unfortunately, I would guess that it is technically a category 5. They would be able to find it somewhere. They just haven't found it. I'm sure it's in there somewhere, but we can't confirm until they find it. Yeah, especially if we see after this eyewall recycles and it gets all the way around the storm, we will know a lot more. That would be probably a big increase in pretty much everything about this storm. New subscriber Avery Hancock, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's see. Yep, please like and share. Helps out so much, more than you would ever know. 1200 still. Let's hit 1300. We've got this, guys. Somebody asked if I predict worse than Katrina. It's impossible to say. I can't say I do or don't. But impossible to say for certain. Where's your aunt located? New subscriber, Scorny Motorsports. Thank you so much for subscribing and welcome to the family. Let's see if we can get data too. As it's loading in. It should be moving around 15 miles per hour, I would say. There you go. Okay, yeah, so this one right in here is going to be the worst of the conditions right there. That is the Eyewall. This is where we have that tornado warning. Dauphin Island. Estimated width of the storm. I can't say. It's impossible to say at this point. All right. Let's see. I'm nearly going to take a break here, guys, just to rest my voice and probably eat breakfast a little bit here in a little bit. Javen Chase, welcome to the stream. So yeah, this outer band right here that's hitting, and it's gonna probably wrap around here, is where the winds are likely getting very strong in there. All of these, it's probably pretty windy, but it's mostly these outer bands in here where we're gonna start really feeling it. So I would suspect even in these areas, they're starting to finally feel those stronger winds from this system. It's really hard to see on velocity because we're so far from the radar site, guys. And here we would be able to clearly see it, but very tough to tell. Obviously, very strong winds most everywhere in here. Scorning Motorsports donated $5. Thank you for the stream. Always look forward to your videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Always love to hear kind words like that from people who love the videos. Yeah, so while nothing's really happening yet, I'm going to go take a break for a while. I'm going to wait to see what that is that came in. I'm going to put it on satellite imagery. I feel like that's what people are most familiar with there. So we'll be able to leave that on screen. That is a beefy eyewall, outer eyewall there that is developing. And look at that, some grays developing right here as well. This will likely catch up to that and it'll go all the way around. Let's see. The show goes on. I almost said the snow goes on. Subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing. Yeah, I definitely want to take a break now while we're still awaiting the closest from the storm. Gav's Weather Vids donated 10 euros. Going to be a long day. Thanks so much for keeping everyone informed. Direct weather. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much, Gav. I appreciate it a lot. I remember being a kid and watching your videos, by the way, many years ago. So I appreciate what you do. Before I go, be sure to like. That's going to help reach this to more people. The viewers will go down, obviously, as I'm taking a break, but I will be back. I will be back. So I'm going to take a break real quick. I'm going to mute the mic, and I'm going to leave this screen here, and I should be back. I'll keep you guys updated in the comments with what I'm doing, but I'm going to try to rest my voice, drink some tea, kind of recuperate a little bit, and come back once this one's a lot closer. Let's see. Okay, going to mute this